Hey, this is Don Kryptonium. Today we are going to have discussion about the ecosystem of Cosmos. About two blockchains. One is Neutron because there is new yield farming opportunity, and we are going to discuss about the Stargaze Proposal 223 because there is some discussion, so we are going to have opinionated content, okay? So before we start, make sure to like this video and support this video because Don Kryptonium is only one crypto influencer that actually uses brain instead of presenting you the simple information without using the brain. So we will be using the brain, okay? So first thing is Neutron and especially Astroport. So Astroport is application that has main contracts on Neutron, and there was new pool that appeared, so I was farming a little bit on that, being very happy that there is like 1000% APR, and already today is 50%. So okay, I never really used that much of the Astroport. Maybe it's because I got used to using to Osmosis in Cosmos. Osmosis has great user experience, and as you use some platform, you're getting used to, right? So you become biased. And Astroport doesn't have, well, it's actually not bad when you look at the volume. It's like $1 million. And for Neutron, this is, it's mainly coming from the Neutron. So this is the main place where you get Neutron. The total platform liquidity is roughly around $30 million. I expect it actually going up, which is also a pretty good number. And if you look at the pools, Neutron Atom, very deep liquidity, $11 million. Neutron with stablecoin, nearly $5 million. But there is new pool, and this pool is Ethereum pool, and it's dropping. The APR is dropping tremendously, and I really didn't even expect that. So right now, you can see there is not that much volume, but we are going to think what could potentially happen in the future. So there was this new pool wrapped. Can we see here? And the pool is wrapped stETH and Axelar wrapped ETH. So bringing liquidity of staked Ethereum with bridged Ethereum to Cosmos. And I think the Neutron with Astroport or maybe other applications they will dominate the Ethereum liquidity within the Cosmos. And it's actually great. Like, I wasn't that bullish on Ethereum liquidity in Cosmos. I'm becoming more bullish. So yesterday, this APR was at 1000%, right? And I was adding those liquidity like 40,000, 50,000. And within one day, over around $1 million more arrived to Astroport with that liquidity, because you need to understand this pool is incentivized with staked Ethereum. I assume this staked Ethereum must be coming from Lido itself, because the team behind Lido is P2P and the team behind Neutron is P2P. So they perhaps, Lido might perhaps thinking to scale better, we want to bring the Ethereum, staked Ether to Cosmos. Obviously there's around $10 billion of staked Ethereum within the Ethereum ecosystem. But if they could scale into other ecosystem, I believe Lido sees opportunity here, because that could be very valuable asset to which you bond other assets, right? So it is, if you provide liquidity to this pool, you are getting rewarded with stETH. So if you hold Ethereum, that's the best yield. You shouldn't care. Like, it's not incentivized right now with any other tokens. It's purely incentivized with stETH. So if someone wants to increase their Ethereum holdings, this absolutely makes sense. And as long as it's over 10%, you cannot get better yield on Ethereum anywhere else. So this pool is being flooded. As I said, like, it's still super attractive. It's not that attractive as it seems yesterday, but I do think we might have big stETH liquidity here. Not much volume now, but once you have liquidity in millions of dollars, this will be pretty good place to acquire staked Ethereum. It probably will be better place to acquire staked Ethereum than Uniswap. If you want to get exposure to staked Ethereum, not because you want to, trade, because Ethereum will be better probably for trading, but for those who want to stake Ethereum, for retail users, acquiring this on Uniswap, especially in the time when you will have large activity, so let's say bull market returns, it will be difficult. But this will cost almost nothing to acquire stETH on a Neutron, for example, right? If you want to get exposure, and with deep liquidity, you still will be able to sell, trade without the fees. So this is actually quite interesting move, and I will be following what's the path of stETH within the Cosmos. And you know, even already now, the last trade I actually did on Neutron in opposition to Uniswap. So as the liquidity grows, it's becoming better. I would probably expect maybe more pools. Maybe we'll also have liquidity of stETH with USDC, but obviously having liquidity with stETH with Ethereum is more important because you need this price to be pegged. Okay, so this is one thing, and so this is what I was doing. And we'll see what will be with the other exchange, because there will be duality, and I expect that they will also want to have exposure to stETH. There is also the one thing that I do want to mention, which is pretty cool for Neutron. They built the easy way of bridging actually stETH to Neutron, so you can see, yes, we want to make stETH the thing in Cosmos. So if you think Lido doing great, maybe bet on Neutron is worth one here, because you can connect Cosmos wallet, right? So I could connect Kepler, I could connect the MetaMask. Well, I need the password. So if I connect MetaMask from Ethereum to Neutron, I can actually bridge easily wrapped ST Ethereum, right? And just fill my Neutron address, and it's cheap. It's actually costs only like a few dollars to bridge it, so it's way cheaper than any other option. And now a little bit of discussion of the Stargaze, because there is new proposal, and I left the comment of the proposal. Probably, like, you know, I don't want to push in one direction, but this is bootstrapping the stars pool on Cosmos Million. So there was some discussion. I was quite vocal against Cosmos Millions, that it was the essentially lottery that was funded by Accelerator DAO. It seems they do want to scale to other blockchains, and they go to community pools to ask maybe for the funding to bootstrap this. So how it works, I think the ask is 8 million stars, something like that. So you put the stars to the pool, and they're being staked with, I assume, Loom validator. And the staking rewards occur, so you will receive rewards, right? So it's lottery. It doesn't make really difference for most of the people will do better if they just stake the coins, because you will win less over a long period of time. Quite likely you will win less. So it works like a lottery, obviously, and part of this going to Loom stakers. I don't see in any way it actually benefits the Stargaze blockchain itself. You know, as I said, there is actually other lotteries. There are other lotteries existing on the Stargaze, and I'm not sure like it's worth to introduce additional stars and put more into the circulation of additional stars from the staking rewards, right? And I think there was like much better community spending proposals that were rejected in the past. Okay, so this puts me down to one thing, you know, because whatever it is, I started to think that the validators voting on those things, it doesn't matter. And I see it more now as it happens that the validator voting, they have not, the validators often have not much relation to the network itself. Sorry for that. So why I'm saying that, if you have governors that are involved within the project, within the network, they might make wiser decisions. But when we look at the validators, and it's not even if the validators are active, because a lot of these large validators, they have reminders every time the proposal comes. Every few days they have a reminder to vote, and it's often just like upgrade of the network, do this, do this, do this, but they don't really follow what's happening with the platform. They have no relation with the platform. They don't use the platform. They don't use the new applications that are deployed with the platform. They don't really engage with community. So the fact that validator votes on all of the proposal doesn't mean they are engaged in the network. It just means they get reminders on the Telegram and they vote whatever they vote, because there is this thing, if you vote a lot it means you're good validator. It doesn't work like this. It doesn't mean you're a good validator if you vote a lot. So it's either like, and on multi-sig there is, for example, StakeLab and Citadel One, and Citadel One is Rena from Citadel One. She's also in AA DAO, which supported Cosmos Minions. StakeLab is French. Loom Network is French. Whisper nodes, like a lot of these validators, I never like really seen them talking about Stargaze, never seen them like being engaged in Stargaze NFTs or anything like this. So it's interesting that those large validators probably vote yes. And when you look at the no votes, Polkachu, as I said, the greatest validator ever. I will skip Bad Kids because this is my vote, and I want to make clear, I said to Joe, if he wants to change the votes, he should take over a validator, because I was saying like my goals might be different than the Bad Kids goals anymore, so maybe I don't represent the Bad Kids in the right way anymore, but that was actually me voting. But you have Gelato, they deployed on the Stargaze, Alcadeta involved in the Stargaze, Crypto Dungeon, they built a game. There is like quite a lot of validators, Cosmos Spaces, that is engaged within the platform itself, and their votes are very different. It doesn't mean they vote more often, but it means engaging within the platform. So that's just actually like my opinion. Like, if I shouldn't say that much because that's community's decision, but I don't think it supports Stargaze in any way. And I think the major thing for Stargaze that Stargaze should do, instead of like focusing on the community pool, that there is something in community pool, maybe it should be even burned. The most important focus is building applications. We've been waiting for Infinity Swap, that is soon. So like probably more applications quicker is bigger benefit than trying to fund someone else lottery. Okay, that would be my take. Anyway, I'm gonna drop now. So this is the update of opinionated opinion. With that, Don Kryptonium's out. I'm waiting to hear again how at Cosmoverse people complain at Don Kryptonium. I must tell you, I have a lot of planks everywhere. So looking forward to Cosmoverse and hear how people, how maybe Loom gonna say, Don Kryptonium didn't support my proposal. I hate Don Kryptonium. Anyway, Don Kryptonium's out till the next time.